Alright, there's another part of the Wayback Machine. There's not just going to be gaming. I'm going to have other things. I've tried to talk when I was playing the Vanquish and this game earlier, so it's not 100%. My first time playing in 6-7 years. But it was just a whole bunch of broken up sentences, pretty much. And I was losing track of what I was thinking. Hard to believe that I used to know up to Assassin's Creed 4 the terrain as if I lived there. I mean, I played the game so much. I first came across Assassin's Creed, the original one here, at a GameStop at a military camp. I think it was only for a few bucks. I was like, well, I wouldn't play the game. Well, I wouldn't buy the game at normal price. You know, I didn't see anything of it. So I gave it a shot, and then I fell in love with the Assassin's Creed games. That was until Assassin's Creed 3, where there's so many bugs and glitches. The freezes, getting stuck in rocks, unable to do things, even though that's part of the mission. It's not like, oh, I'm trying to do something stupid. It's... man, just continue. It was supposed to do it in the game to complete the mission or task, but it wouldn't let me do it. On top of that, I was hitting 24 hours of being up, so can blame that. But I tell you, I didn't improve in that hour of attempting to play the game. As you can see, I'm already breaking up in the memory or of doing it. So here's my second attempt. So I'll talk about what's first on my mind is when you go to the VA, they give you a one-time deal of anything wrong with your teeth. They will fix to a certain degree. And the reason I'm thinking about that is because the guy did a shoddy job, and I'm paying for it now. And it's either food or dentist with how much I get. And if I go, a few weeks without eating, well, what's good is going to be anybody's health. But first, I'm going to play some audio I recorded. I'm going to rush this out there. I'm probably not even going to monetize it, but I will play the game more and all that other stuff. I didn't like the video that I took. And I'm starting to get confusing because I do so many takes that, oh, did I say this here? Did I not say it there? Well, because why am I going to tell you something I've already said? It's literally recorded. So we're going to see how this works. Welcome to Title 10. Based on the influx of YouTube videos talking about Egypt, New World Order, I want to recommend two books. The Stargate Conspiracy by Lynn Picknett and Clyde Prince, and Beholding Pale Horse by William Cooper. The funny thing about both those books is that they complement each other, but they don't seem to have any knowledge of the other's book. Behold a Pale Horse talks about what is really going on with the New World Order, possible alien landings and existence, with actual evidence, not digital evidence, first-hand evidence from the source itself. William Cooper does a very good job of only elaborating on what he was able to gather during his time in the military, not conjecturing. It also talks about there may actually be proof AIDS didn't come from monkeys, it's man-made, and crack cocaine was distributed to predominantly not white neighborhoods. I've heard it, thought it was possible, still don't know true, but I do know how to stop it. Whatever it takes, prevent your friends from selling it, prevent them from using it. Proof is proof. It talks about what's going on now, even though the book was written in 1991, with all this stuff is being released. It's one giant hoax. I'm not saying the information isn't real, but it's one big dog and pony show. With the New World Order, it's talking about anybody you know, including yourself, me as well, politicians, Freemasons, are giant pawns. They do things and make things happen so that people react a certain way, and they'll want the New World Order. Believe Trump is a part of that, whether he knows it or not. We're pretty much all played. Certain things were done to get Trump into office. And as he said, he wants one party. It's something you have to judge for yourself. It's definitely worth the read if you truly want to be woke, because most of the people that say they're woke, they are not. Last thing about Behold a Pale Horse, I've experienced some of those things myself in the military, and as well before I even knew the book existed. Stargate Conspiracy talks about what's going on in Egypt. It bears no relation to the TV show or film, but it does talk about how very powerful organizations convince people to look in a certain direction. The only reason I'm recommending the Stargate Conspiracy book is because I didn't click on the video, but it was talking about, a real Stargate that looks similar to the one from the movie and film. It talks about how a lot of politicians are buying into what may be not a fake alien entity, but something or some things claiming to be what they are not, and they're guiding certain groups and politicians. Also talks about remote viewing. Something about the Amazon, what really struck me was that when they go on their vision quest, the ladies, they don't need ayahuasca. They can do the mental journey without it. Help the shaman remember what happened. That's pretty interesting. Along with Ferrari, it was invented several times over. Each region in the Amazon has its own ingredients to make what ends up being the same thing in the end. And I believe it says the same thing for ayahuasca. Go in a little more specifics about these books, but I can essentially say anything and people will or won't believe me. What I want done is for you to see it for yourselves. Thank you for watching Title 10. So, yeah. People are thinking they're woke and they're not. And what happened? Oh well. Was that a complete restart? Yep. So what people are thinking they see something, it's not. Who ultimately runs the world, which is a handful of people, by what William Cooper says, they have their own little agenda. You know, they go, well, here's the knowledge the public can have. This is what will be taught in schools and all that other stuff. And then they laugh at us for not knowing stuff. And the reason I'm rushing this video out is because of Trump. Well, I'm sure you've seen stuff, and I believe he's a part of it because he is creating so much chaos in the world, and it's going to open the door to people to want a new world order, one world, one government. And what I find problematic about that is they say that whatever they deem a value is what's going to be a value. Like, say they want plastic chairs to be the new denomination, then forget any cash, coins, precious materials, be it metals or minerals. If they want plastic chairs to be the currency, it'll be the currency. And I've got to stop saying and not much we can do about it. I believe also President Obama played a part in that because, like I said, the push and the pull, they know how people are going to react. And he opened up, and purposeful or not, whether it's a grand scheme or not, President Obama opened up the door for somebody like Trump to be in office. The Behold a Pale Horse also talks about that this is long before, I believe this long before I read the book, but the VA is nothing but a giant monitoring system for veterans, because also this New World Order, they're going to condemn anybody who did anything violent, that, be it soldier or otherwise. And this is what gets me, which if I would ever ask, they would say, well, it's not for you to understand. They create all these wars for world population control and to manipulate the masses across the globe. So you hire people to do something and then you condemn them. To me, that's like in dog fights, and then you blame the dog for wanting to do nothing but tear apart another dog every time it's another one's seen, and then sitting back and laughing about it. Or homeschooling your kid and teaching them pretty much nothing. And then going, well, they're stupid. That's their fault. And there's also various groups that believe America is theirs, as in birthright, and they're still doing whatever they can to gain control of it. Again, I don't know if Trump knows what he's doing or not, but the same guy who invites Russia to infiltrate our voting system is now condemning Russia for doing it. Which I don't know if Russia really did it or not. I've seen none of the coding or anything like that. And what little I do know about computers, I mean, that's one of the few things the movie Black Hat, which should have been so much better, but they got right, was no matter where you are, if you know just a little bit, you can make it look like you're anywhere in the world, as long as that part of the world also has a connection. So it may be Russia, it may be somebody in America did it themselves. And further on that point, it would be hard pressed for somebody to convince me otherwise that the only reason why the military is under civilian control is because the people that control the world are themselves civilians. Again, it's their agenda. Who knows? I would have broke the shin. And what's crazy about civilians running the military, I agree it's a good idea for them to say what and what doesn't happen, far as, all right, here's your mission. Go do it. And the part that gets me is they almost want to micromanage it. This is how you do this. This is how you do that. If you go beyond that, you're in trouble. Or outside of that, I don't know how to put it. Rules of engagement. And they're not the ones there on the ground. Yeah, I just don't know how else to say it. So the reason why the VA isn't doing anything is because it's nothing but a monitoring system, and to keep track of people that were in the military, so when the time comes, they can go collect them. Am I worried about it? No. Because I don't even have my health. Which would be fine if I could get a straight answer, but I can't even get a straight answer. I've offered to trade my ideas for a straight answer. Ideas that are at least worth a few $1,000s. I've offered to forfeit my benefits just to get a straight answer. Ooh, hello. And they can't do it. They want to give veterans to run around, lie to them, make it their fault the VA is doing what they're doing. I mean, how am I going to control another human being? Honestly. Well, I mean, within reason, of course. I mean, you tell me. And what should have been my first clue, the VA is what it is, was when I went in to get my teeth done. The dude kept giving me crap for how horrible my teeth are. Oh, I'm sorry. I was chewing sand for a year. And there could be days where you don't have any water but to drink. In situations like that, are you going to use it to brush your teeth, or you're going to use it to drink so you don't dehydrate? And when he would put that dental pick to my gums, he would press and say, "Does this hurt? What about this?" And every time I said no, and then when I said finally, "Yes, it hurts," he says, "Well, you don't brush properly." You're trying to embed a goddamn pick into my gums. You're not checking a thing.